The Arafura Sea, tucked between Australia and the Indonesian archipelago, is a place of immense beauty and ecological importance. Beneath its tranquil facade lies a world teeming with life. A kaleidoscope of marine species call this sea home. The Arafura Sea is a vital part of the Coral Triangle, known for its exceptional marine biodiversity. Climate change, pollution, and overfishing threaten its delicate ecosystem. But international cooperation and conservation efforts are underway to protect this precious resource. The Arafura Sea is characterized by its shallow depths, averaging around 50 meters. Sunlight penetrates the water column, fueling life. The seabed is an extension of the surrounding continental shelves, a vast expanse of submerged land. These shelves were once exposed during the last ice age, creating a land bridge between Australia and New Guinea. This unique geography has shaped the Arafura Sea's history, influencing its currents, tides, and marine life distribution. The Arafura Sea is shaped by numerous islands. To the west lie the Indonesian Aru Islands, rich in cultural heritage and biodiversity. Further north, the Tanimbar Islands are known for their unique flora and fauna. To the east, the Torres Strait Islands form a necklace of jewels, separating the Arafura Sea from the Coral Sea. These islands provide nesting grounds for seabirds and turtles, adding to the sea's ecological richness. The Arafura Sea is a bridge between continents linking Australia and Asia. Ancient land bridges allowed humans and animals to migrate, shaping the region's biodiversity and cultural landscape. The Torres Strait Islands serve as a cultural bridge between the indigenous peoples of Australia and New Guinea. The Arafura Sea continues to connect these continents today, serving as a vital trade route. Its waters carry not just goods but also ideas, traditions, and a shared heritage. The Arafura Sea is influenced by a complex interplay of tides and currents. The Indonesian throughflow carries warm, nutrient-rich water into the sea, supporting a thriving ecosystem. Monsoonal winds create seasonal variations in currents and upwelling events. These events bring nutrients from the depths to the surface, fueling primary productivity. The tides create a rhythmic pulse, influencing the distribution of marine organisms. The Arafura Sea teems with an astounding array of life, from microscopic plankton to majestic whales. Schools of colorful fish dart through coral gardens while sharks patrol the depths. Turtles glide through the water and crabs scuttle across the seabed. Elusive dugongs graze on seagrass meadows. The shallow, sunlit waters, combined with nutrient-rich currents, create ideal conditions for marine life to flourish. Beneath the surface of the Arafura Sea lies a hidden world of astonishing beauty and complexity. Coral reefs, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, flourish in these warm, clear waters. Fish, in a dazzling array of colors and patterns, dart among the coral branches. These coral reefs are vital ecosystems, providing food, shelter, and breeding grounds for countless marine species. They also act as natural barriers against storms and erosion. The Arafura Sea is home to both gentle giants and formidable hunters. Humpback whales migrate through the sea, their haunting songs echoing through the depths. Whale sharks, the largest fish in the ocean, filter plankton and small fish from the water. Saltwater crocodiles patrol the coastal regions, a reminder of the wildness that still exists. The presence of these iconic creatures highlights the importance of the Arafura Sea as a critical habitat. The Arafura Sea is a vital link in a chain of interconnected marine environments. The Indonesian throughflow carries water from the Pacific Ocean through the Arafura Sea and into the Indian Ocean. This flow of water transports larvae, eggs, and even adult marine organisms, facilitating genetic exchange. The Arafura Sea serves as a nursery ground for many species. Protecting the Arafura Sea is about safeguarding a vital link in a global network of marine ecosystems. The Arafura Sea has served as a maritime highway for centuries, connecting people and cultures. Indigenous communities navigated the sea with remarkable skill, trading goods, stories, and traditions. The Arafura Sea played a pivotal role in the ancient spice trade. The legacy of these ancient mariners lives on in the traditions and knowledge of indigenous communities. Their deep connection to the sea is evident in their fishing practices, navigation techniques, and spiritual beliefs. The Arafura Sea is a cultural crossroads, a place where diverse indigenous communities have interacted for millennia. The Torres Strait Islands are home to a distinct indigenous culture, with art, music, and storytelling reflecting a deep spiritual connection to the sea. Along the northern Australian coast, Aboriginal communities have fished and traded in the Arafura Sea for generations. The Indonesian islands to the west also boast diverse cultures shaped by the sea. The Arafura Sea has facilitated cultural exchange and interaction, creating a vibrant mosaic of traditions and beliefs. The Arafura Sea has provided sustenance and livelihood to coastal communities for generations. Traditional fishing methods, often using sustainable practices, have been honed over centuries. For many indigenous communities, fishing is a spiritual practice, a way of life. The abundance and diversity of marine life in the Arafura Sea have supported these fishing traditions. However, modern fishing practices pose a threat to fish stocks and the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The arrival of European explorers in the 16th and 17th centuries marked a turning point in the history of the Arafura Sea. Dutch and Portuguese traders were among the first Europeans to navigate the sea, seeking access to the lucrative spice trade. European exploration brought about significant changes, impacting indigenous communities and altering their way of life. The Arafura Sea, once a fluid space connecting diverse cultures, became increasingly divided by political boundaries. The legacy of European exploration and colonialism continues to shape the Arafura Sea today. The Arafura Sea is facing the growing threat of climate change. Rising sea temperatures pose a significant threat to the sea's coral reefs, leading to coral bleaching. Sea level rise threatens coastal communities and ecosystems, facing the risk of inundation and erosion. Changes in ocean currents and weather patterns are disrupting the delicate balance of the Arafura Sea. The impacts of climate change highlight the urgent need for collective action to protect this precious ecosystem. The Arafura Sea, once teeming with an abundance of marine life, is now facing the growing pressure of overfishing. This unsustainable practice, driven by increasing demand and often employing destructive methods, is depleting fish stocks, threatening the livelihoods of local communities and the health of the entire ecosystem. Industrial fishing fleets, equipped with sophisticated technology and large nets, are capable of catching vast quantities of fish, often exceeding sustainable levels. This overexploitation can decimate fish populations, leaving them unable to replenish themselves, leading to a decline in overall biodiversity. Illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing exacerbates the problem of overfishing. These illicit activities, often operating in the shadows, disregard fishing regulations and quotas, further depleting fish stocks and undermining efforts to manage fisheries sustainably. The consequences of overfishing are far-reaching. Coastal communities that rely on fishing for their livelihoods face economic hardship as fish stocks dwindle. The loss of key predator species can disrupt the balance of the ecosystem, leading to cascading effects throughout the food web. Addressing overfishing requires a multifaceted approach. Implementing and enforcing sustainable fishing quotas, combating IUU fishing, and promoting responsible fishing practices are crucial steps in protecting the Arafura Sea's marine resources for future generations. Pollution, a hidden threat. Beneath the surface of the Arafura Sea, a hidden threat lurks. Pollution, often invisible to the naked eye, is insidiously degrading this precious ecosystem, threatening marine life, undermining the livelihoods of coastal communities, and jeopardizing the health of the entire region. Plastic pollution, a global scourge, is particularly problematic in the Arafura Sea. Plastic waste, carried by rivers and ocean currents, accumulates in this semi-enclosed sea, entangling marine life, choking coral reefs, and breaking down into microplastics that enter the food chain. Chemical pollution from industrial activities, agricultural runoff, and coastal development also poses a significant threat. These pollutants, often invisible to the naked eye, can contaminate marine life, leading to bioaccumulation and potential health risks for both humans and wildlife. Oil spills, while less frequent, can have devastating and long-lasting impacts on the marine environment. Oil spills can smother marine life, damage sensitive habitats, and disrupt the ecological balance of the Arafura Sea. Addressing pollution in the Arafura Sea requires a concerted effort from all stakeholders. Reducing plastic waste at its source, implementing stricter regulations on industrial discharges, and promoting sustainable waste management practices are crucial steps in mitigating this growing threat. The road ahead. Challenges and opportunities. The Arafura Sea stands at a crossroads, facing a multitude of challenges that threaten its ecological integrity and the livelihoods of the people who depend on it. However, amidst these challenges lies an opportunity to chart a more sustainable course, to protect this precious ecosystem for generations to come. International cooperation is paramount. The Arafura Sea, bordered by several nations, requires a collaborative approach to address transboundary issues such as overfishing, pollution, and climate change. Sharing knowledge, resources, and best practices is essential for effective conservation efforts. Empowering local communities is crucial. Recognizing the traditional knowledge and stewardship practices of indigenous communities is essential for developing sustainable solutions. Supporting community-based conservation initiatives and ensuring equitable access to resources are vital for long-term success. Investing in scientific research and monitoring is essential for understanding the complex dynamics of the Arafura Sea. Collecting data on fish stocks, pollution levels, and the impacts of climate change is crucial for informing management decisions and developing effective conservation strategies. The road ahead for the Arafura Sea will be challenging. But by embracing a spirit of collaboration, innovation, and a deep respect for this precious ecosystem, we can ensure that its wonders continue to inspire and sustain us for generations to come. Guardians of the Sea. Despite the challenges, hope ripples across the Arafura Sea. Communities are stepping up as guardians, their ancient knowledge blending with modern science to protect this precious ecosystem. They are the stewards of this sea, their lives intertwined with its fate. In Arnhem Land, indigenous rangers are reviving traditional sea management practices. Combining ancient wisdom with modern technology, they monitor marine reserves, protect turtle nesting sites, and ensure sustainable fishing practices. Their efforts are restoring balance to the marine environment, one sea country at a time. The Torres Strait Islander communities are also taking a leading role, implementing sustainable fishing practices and advocating for the protection of their cultural heritage. Their deep spiritual connection to the sea drives their commitment to its preservation, ensuring that future generations inherit a healthy and vibrant Arafura Sea. These communities are living proof that conservation is most effective when driven by those who have the most at stake. Their knowledge, their traditions, and their unwavering dedication are beacons of hope for the future of the Arafura Sea. The Arafura Sea, a bridge between nations, calls for international collaboration to safeguard its future. Recognizing that the challenges facing this ecosystem transcend political boundaries, countries are coming together to find common ground and forge a path towards sustainability. Australia and Indonesia, the two countries that share stewardship of the Arafura Sea, are strengthening their partnership to address shared challenges. Collaborating on marine research, fisheries management, and maritime security, they are working to ensure the long-term health of this vital ecosystem. The Coral Triangle Initiative, a multilateral partnership, is another example of international cooperation in action. Bringing together 6 countries in the Coral Triangle region, including Indonesia, the initiative focuses on addressing key threats to marine biodiversity, including climate change, overfishing, and pollution. These collaborative efforts are crucial for addressing transboundary issues that affect the Arafura Sea. By working together, sharing knowledge, and coordinating actions, nations can overcome challenges and ensure a sustainable future for this shared marine treasure. Finding a balance between the needs of people and the protection of the Arafura Sea is paramount for its long-term health. Sustainable practices, from responsible fishing to ecotourism, are emerging as pathways to ensure that this ecosystem continues to provide for both people and nature. Sustainable fisheries management is key to ensuring the long-term viability of fish stocks and the livelihoods of those who depend on them. Implementing fishing quotas based on scientific data, promoting selective fishing gear, and combating illegal fishing are essential steps in this direction. Ecotourism, when done responsibly, can provide an alternative source of income for coastal communities while raising awareness about the importance of marine conservation. By offering visitors a glimpse into the wonders of the Arafura Sea, ecotourism can foster a sense of stewardship and generate support for its protection. Reducing pollution from land-based sources is crucial for safeguarding the health of the Arafura Sea. Implementing stricter regulations on industrial discharges, promoting sustainable agricultural practices, and improving waste management systems are essential steps in this direction. The Arafura Sea, a place of wonder and resilience, faces an uncertain future. The challenges are real, but so is the hope. By embracing a vision of sustainability, guided by science, traditional knowledge, and international collaboration, we can ensure that this precious ecosystem thrives for generations to come. Imagine a future where the Arafura Sea's coral reefs teem with life, where fish populations rebound, and where coastal communities thrive in harmony with the marine environment. A future where the cultural heritage of the region is preserved and celebrated, and where the wonders of this unique ecosystem continue to inspire and amaze. This future is within reach, but it requires a collective commitment to action. From governments to businesses, from scientists to local communities, we all have a role to play in shaping the destiny of the Arafura Sea. Let us act now with urgency and determination to protect this precious marine treasure, for the sake of the Arafura Sea and for the well-being of generations to come. The Arafura Sea, a shallow expanse of turquoise and emerald, is more than a geographical feature. It shapes lives and sustains communities. But climate change and overfishing threaten its future. Our actions today will decide its fate. The Arafura Sea is not silent in the face of threats. Its plight is a call to action, a plea for stewardship. Conservation is not a luxury, but a necessity. The call of the Arafura Sea is for global cooperation. Its waters demand a united front against climate change, overfishing, and pollution. The Arafura Sea stands at a crossroads, its future uncertain yet full of possibilities. The path we choose today will determine the legacy we leave behind. Will it be a legacy of neglect or a story of redemption? Imagine a future where the Arafura Sea's coral reefs shimmer with life, Coastal communities flourish in harmony with their marine environment, a future where children play on pristine beaches, a future where the Arafura Sea becomes a symbol of resilience. This is the future we must strive for. Let us answer the call of the Arafura Sea with hope and courage.